Hi, welcome back to Soul Search blog. Today we're going to talk again about Advent, the coming of Jesus. Who do you see when you look in the mirror? We tend to evaluate ourselves from various angles, even if we don't know we're doing it. Author Rob Reimer, in his book Soul Search, gives an example that's helpful here. He describes a friend of his who grew up in a home where his dad shamed him a lot. As a result, this young man grew up to believe he had to overcome by achieving in everything. He was very competitive in academics, in sports, in everything. As a boy, one day when his father became very drunk, his dad was yelling at his mother, saying, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to tell him. The boy's mother was pleading with the man not to say anything further, but his dad pointed a finger at him and expressed an ugly, diminishing term. At that point, the boy discovered that this man was not his biological father. The family subsequently disintegrated, and he was left with some deep wounds. But again, he grew up thinking he had to overcome this by achieving. One day, as a young man in his sport, as he was competing, he wasn't performing to the level he thought he should, and he called himself the very same name his stepfather had called him. He realized shame was at work. Shame was the motive for his achieving. When we live in shame, we can't even enjoy winning because we fear someone else is going to beat us. Shame is just one of the lies we might believe when we look in the mirror. We need Jesus so that we can see life honestly and clearly. Live freely with the person in the mirror, whatever his or her issue might be. God sent John the Baptist to tell about Jesus so that everybody could believe and see life clearly. John saw Jesus coming. It says in John chapter 1, the next day John saw Jesus coming toward him and said, Look, the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. What's so important about the Lamb of God, and why would he use that title? As Dr. Tenney points out, the law of God prescribed a lamb in the Old Testament to be sacrificed to atone for the guilt of the people's sin. And so Jesus is ascribed this title, Lamb of God. So we look to the Lamb. What is the world here? The sin of the world. The Greek word here is cosmos, and Dr. Gert says this can refer to three different things anyway, at least. The universe, the world, physical world in which we live. Yet third, it can refer to the world of humanity who reject the love and salvation of God. Here, the Lamb of God comes to take away the sin of the world. Well, the planet hasn't sinned, the universe doesn't sin, so it must be referring to humanity, to people's sin. What is the sin of the world, anyway? Unbelief, rejection of the Lamb. Referring to himself, Jesus said, There is no judgment against anyone who believes in him, Jesus, but anyone who does not believe in him has already been judged for not believing in God's one and only Son. His nature, his character is perfect, and he's come to be the Lamb of God to take away all our sin. He takes away the sin of the world. Do you suppose he loves you and me too? Do you think our mess, your mess, mine, is too messy for him to come in and forgive and deal with? Never. Jesus took up the title Lamb of God. The Lamb of God would be betrayed, arrested, his back flogged by a Roman whip so that his flesh was laid open. He was thrown down on a rough timber, and his hands and his feet spiked to timbers to form a cross. They mocked him, spit on him, lifted him up on that cross, ridiculed him, split him badly with a spear. The Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. But the Lamb is alive. He rose from the dead. He's no victim. He reigns. He's the Son of God, and he occupies the throne of God. There's this ear-splitting anthem depicted in the book of Revelation at the end of the Bible, in which all the people who had died for their faith, this huge crowd of people sing, "For the Lamb on the throne will be their shepherd. He will lead them to springs of life-giving water, and God will wipe every tear from their eyes." This is a picture of the end of time, where the world as we know it has been transformed and changed, and we're in the presence of Jesus. He cares about your tears. He sees you. They don't put him off. He cares about and loves you. The Son of God could not have entered the world at a lower level. He came as a complete dependent. From conception to birth, he spent 9 months in seclusion in his mother's womb, completely dependent on her life. He came into this world without social status. His mother and his stepfather Joseph had no pretense, no position, no propaganda, no political persuasion, nothing. They were unnoticeables. What mercy and what generosity and selflessness. The creator of the universe becomes the one to give his life for his world. Look to the Lamb. He looks to you. He sees you. I need the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world, to reign over fear, to heal, to sustain. I needed one who could make it possible for me to live with the man in the mirror, lift his shame away, clean out his heart. He takes away our sin. We have to let him, though. He won't rip it away. He knows about sin. He was surrounded by it. He died for sin, though he committed none. We need to receive him, not redo ourselves to make ourselves good enough. No one is too far away for the Lamb of God to see. No one is too far away to come to the Lamb of God. Jesus said this, "And when I am lifted up from the earth, I will draw everyone to myself." He said this to indicate how he was going to die. The Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. Once for all who believe in him, look to the Lamb. He looks for you. Beyond the nativity scenes that include miniature lambs this season, look for the real thing, the person of Jesus. Merry Christmas, because of the Lamb.